Yo, what's good, guys? This is my first YouTube video. Today, talking about, explaining my trade that I did today. It was inverse for value gap trade. I was looking for reversal the whole morning. I'm gonna show you guys what I saw. Coming up, entering off like on the day, I marked down my days, my key levels. I mean, so Asian high, Asian low, London low, London high, at 9:30, which is when I go into the market. We reversed, before 9:30, we reversed all the way up here, grabbing all this liquidity, which in ES is a all-time high, and NASDAQ is not on all-time highs, which that's weird. So I think for the next couple of days, it's just gonna keep on going up and down, and then it's just gonna straight go up until it goes to all-time highs on NQ, because ES has done it for the past week and a half. It's just been going up on all-time highs, and NASDAQ has just been staying down. So I think it's just gonna finally skyrocket up. So I also saw this for value gap on this for value gap, it's on the 1 minute, my bad, but this on the 5 minute. I saw this SMTs, this one on this very major one, which is very high, this one on Asian session. I also saw these, which is going to continuation to the, so basically it's doing a bullish SMT here. This was a bearish one, but this was at 9. So I knew that it had to come back down to these. So these purple lines are 1 minute fair value gaps. We entered off the day at 9:30, 8:30 it did this, that it just went strictly up. At 9:30, we just consolidated and we boomed down to where I wanted these fair value gaps. Well, not that I wanted the 1 minute fair value gaps, which I think those are the most important ones for the day. Those, like, before I take my trade, I wait for these 1 minute fair value gaps. It doesn't matter how small they are, because I'm gonna even show you guys. So this was the 5 minute. This is what I saw. On the 1 minute, going down to the 1 minute, there was a fair value gap up here, starting off at 9:40. So I start taking my trades at 9:50, 20 minutes after market opens, just to wait for manipulation, continuation, whatever. I saw this. I knew that I wanted to go down because of the SMT on ES, and it's just going strictly up after being at all-time highs. NASDAQ isn't at all-time high, so I knew that it wanted to go down because of that SMT. I even made 2,000 on my practice, but that doesn't matter because it's not my combines. On just the straight of just going down because of these 1 minute for value gaps, but that's not how I enter. I waited for these for value gaps to hit, even on ES. Then this 5 minute for value gap got touched again right here. I just wanted these to get hit, and this one on these two on ES, but it went down. It got those, which it was fine. It was great. It just consolidated after I saw that one get hit. I just waited and waited. This fair value gap happened. It was a whole hour after market open. Well, after I started trading, a whole hour and 20 minutes after. Fair value gap, inverse fair value gap, and I only enter if it's on both. That's what I've been trying to do. That's my strategy. Only if it happens on both. Wait, where is it? No, not this one. right here. Look, ES also had, like, it made a fair value gap under before it did my inverse fair value gap, but since there was none on NQ, usually I don't take a trade off a setup that either NQ or ES hasn't hit, like this this fair value gap that you guys can see. I took the trade just because it did it cleanly on both. As you guys can see, I only do it if it closes above this one, and above that one, that lower low right here, and on NASDAQ, that lower low, and then that higher low, and then that closure on both, I entered off right here. I waited for like a second still. It went a little bit up here, then it started going up good. Then it just started chopping. I actually stopped myself out on accident because I wanted to make 2,100 today because of yesterday I lost 600, so I wanted to make 1,500. Well, my balance to say 1,500. I got out when it said 950. I didn't try to, like, I literally tried. I put my stop loss, well, my stop loss at 1,500 instead of my TP at 1,500, and stopped me out. I re-entered around right here. It went down. It was still being choppiness, so I was like, fuck it. I'm not even gonna risk the $950 that I just made. Yesterday I lost 600, so I was like, you know, profit's profit. Which I should keep doing that more often because it fucks me when I'm on an actual express and I don't take small profits. I also was trailing my stop, which that's something I've been wanting to do and I started doing today. Yeah, I put it at break even. That's not really trailing, but I never put my trades at break even. I don't know why. And now I'm starting to do that, which that's good. It's progress, and me learning is the best part. But I don't like this. That even if I would have put it at break even, it's like if I wanted to just take off my TP, it would have just swiped it and took my break even and just went all the way up. But at the end of the day, I was just looking for this. I can't be greedy. I have to keep my profits. That's all. Be disciplined, which that's the most important thing. Literally, that's the only thing that helped me get my express. And then one singular day of me not being disciplined, it took it all. I overtraded one day. I lost 600. I had won $400 for my first day on the express. Then the second day, I lost $1,700. And yeah, literally, this is a game of probability. I only had one more chance. And what was going to happen? The obvious thing. I was going to bomb it. And that happened. And now I'm facing my consequences again. And I've done this plenty of times. And for some reason or another, I'm just not learning. But I think me also journaling. I'm going to show you guys my journal. I think it's helping out. I made a checklist today, which that was good. Well, I made it yesterday because I saw what's that called? Indicator for TradingView, which it's like a checklist and it just rates it A plus. I have hit key level, liquidity swipe, fair value gaps filled, closed on both. Like even when I'm doing like a breaker structure, it has to close on both. Inverse fair value gap, breaker structure, which I just said, and going towards my buys, towards my daily buys, which that's like a good thing because sometimes I like know my daily buys and I'm not writing it down, and then I see a trade that goes to the other side and I don't know why I'm like, yeah, let's fucking take it, and I take it and I bomb my account. Stupid, right? So this one, the checklist, I also wrote down my consequences. I wrote down that There was one SMT to the upside, one SMT to the downside. Liquidity on both sides waiting to hit either or and look for a reversal. Another SMT to the upside. Entered off an inverse for value gap, made 950. Stopped myself out because it was being choppiness. It made it kind of like an order block type structure, which those are also really dangerous because that's a confluence. Fuck. There was another SMT. ES swiped my London lows. So I thought, since ES just swiped my London lows, it's gonna go down because NQ didn't. So I just exited early. If I would have stayed another, I think, what was it, 12 minutes? No, 22 minutes, it would have hit my TP, but straight choppiness for 30 minutes. So I didn't want to stay. I thought it was really going to go down. Any other day, it would have just bumped to the downside like it loves to do when I'm like in a good profit and then just bombs to the downside. For what? But not today, right? Then I put this note when placing a trade. Look if there's a fair value gap under a big one on only if there's on only one of the indexes. If there is, it'll probably swipe in and just go down, which I didn't consider that when I placed my trade, which that's also a bad thing, but sometimes it does it, and I shouldn't be going towards the sometimes. I should be going for the every time and just waiting. Even if all my confluences aren't hit, I should just wait. Just wait. That's also one of the biggest things, because you wait one day and then you see it happen, and then the other day you see it happen the same way it happened the day before, and you go enter this time, but this time the luck isn't there, and it just does what it's supposed to do and just go towards your stop loss. But yeah, that's one thing I should keep in mind more. But yeah, even wrote down, treat it like a profession, because at the end of the day, this is a profession. It's a market that 99% of people lose, and I should be taking this way more seriousness. And I think if I'm making these videos and I'm editing them and I'm putting all my mind and all my head into this, I think I will succeed. And maybe people like you that are like me, that are watching me looking at like TJR, me looking at anyone that trades in TikTok or YouTube or any of this, looking for psychology, looking for anything, maybe you guys can just, I don't know, we can all just get better together. But that's about it for today. Yeah, this is my first YouTube video. Hopefully I do another one tomorrow, maybe if there's a good trade. If not, then till the next trading day I do.